Thokozani Ditsala, Thokozani Bogogo, Thokozani Bomkulu, Dr. L here. Today's topic will be about iNkosazana. Welcome to my channel and thank you for joining us. Please do subscribe if you haven't done so, and if you do like the video, please do remember to give it the thumbs up. I've written a few notes here because there's quite a lot of things to relate about iNkosazana, and I don't want to leave anything out. Number one, let us look at the attributes of the iNkosazana spirit. We acknowledge that the iNkosazana spirit is the feminine spirit. But then what type of feminine spirit are we talking about? It's a bit complex, but we are going to try and simplify it as much as we can. The iNkosazana spirit is the spirit that rules over the waters. It is the feminine aspect of inkanyamba. When you see, like for instance, for people who are quite fortunate, because this spirit doesn't just appear to just about anybody unless you are chosen. Unless there are certain things which are in alignment, and therefore you will be able to be exposed to their vision, to them visually. And when you see, when you get the opportunity to see her, most of the time you will only see the upper aspect or the upper side, maybe from the legs going up, but the actual feet you will not see. If she's walking on land, you will see her walking and it's like she's floating on air. If she's in the water bodies, you will see the upper side, but you are not going to see below. You are not going to see whether she has a tail or a fish-like tail or what type, what she looks like below. If you see her within the fire bodies, because you are able to see her in the fires, you are able to also see her within the air, depending on the type of spiritual gift that you have been given. So in a nutshell, she's able to reside in water, in air, on land, and in fire. And then the attributes that she has, she's a very gentle soul, like she has a very gentle spirit and soul. So when she comes to you, many a times she will either be of less words and very gentle and smiling, and even when she speaks, her voice is very soft, and sometimes you could say that it is more hypnotic. And there is no way you are not going to remember the words that she has given you, even if it is years later, because it resonates with you. The message, the experience becomes that potent. She is of pure heart and pure intent. She's of the feminine divine nature, and therefore when she connects with you, the energy is like that of a friend, a mother, an advisor, somebody who would understand, and a person who would guide you accordingly. Somebody who would help you to see things in a much better light. Therefore, those times where you're feeling confused, when you're feeling like you don't really see where you are going, she would be the one who comes and nurtures you and comforts you, more like the mother would. She has quite a very quiet spirit, meaning she likes times of being quiet. Most of the time she will be in spaces where she's more still. Not that she's angry, but just that she likes to be more within because of the type of responsibilities that she has. As much as she likes to be still or in these quiet moments, she has a very, very strong attribute or power of clairaudiency. What does it mean? It means that it is very sharp, it is very quick for her to hear very sharply those who are connecting with her, those who are thinking of her, those who are talking about her, those who are plotting towards her, those who are having certain intentions about her. She's quick to hear you, sometimes before you even become aware of your own thoughts. She has already detected those thoughts and already answered them, already connected with you, no matter how far the distance may be between you and her. She is a giving spirit. So therefore, she's more inclined to feel the need to give due to her attribute of being a person who's sensitive to energy, right? They call them empaths. So she's able to feel the sensitivity. She connects a lot with the children's spirits, and therefore she will be drawn to those spirits which are more pure at heart and who are childlike spirits and the literal children's spirits, so that she gives them those teachings, because she also acts like a mother that is a teacher. So like how we would say a child gets groomed from early ages. So one of the attributes would be giving you those teachings in spirit until you grow older. So the relationship is created from the time you are born. Before you are born, until you are born, during the time you are on earth, and so forth, until you perhaps decide that there is the next person within your lineage that now best suits the position of connecting closely with iNkosazana. So it is a very rare spirit guide for one to connect with. She loves beauty. She loves cleanliness. She's one of the spirits who will help you with your leadership attributes, leadership growth, business growth. She's more of a leader herself within her own communities, or wherever she goes, she becomes one of those role models, and therefore when you link with her, you would also become one. She has the power of persuasion, and because of this potent or this silent voice, sometimes she easily persuades you with her eyes, with a gesture, or sometimes she would persuade you with her gentle voice. But the persuasion is hardly ever geared towards anything that is not of pure intention. They are very sensitive, blood sensitive, meaning many a times when you are a person that is used or accustomed to performing blood rituals where you slaughter, it is not so easy to connect with the spirit of iNkosazana because of their level of purity. They are the spirit guides who connect with the universal spirit guides. And therefore, because of that, remember, there are some spirit guides who do not practice any form of blood rituals, and there are some who do. And therefore, because of that, she is one of those who are blood sensitive and also connecting with the solar deities. She is also sensitive to sexual misconduct. So therefore, you have to be very pure in terms of your sexual energy and aura for you to be able to connect with her properly. Okay, one of the reasons why she's quite sharp in terms of her clairaudient skills is that you remember you have quite a lot of people who will say that they want to go out there and catch the iNkosazana so that they use the powers for whatever reasons that they need to. So before you even think of doing anything that is not good towards Yena, they already hear you. Whatever intent that you have for them, for their family, for their children, they already know. So they are able to counteract that which you are planning towards them or whoever that they have a relationship with. They are very sensitive to diet. So when you connect with them, you may be inclined or required to change your diet to that of more natural, eating a lot of water, more vegetables, fruit, salads, and so forth. So if you are a person who eats junk food more, Once the spirit is closer to connecting with you, if you are within the spiritual ascension path, you will start seeing yourself changing the diet and starting to eat more natural, wholesome, and healthful foods. She has a teacher. She's like a teacher of life and nature. What does that mean? She's one of those spirits where when you're hurting, when you don't understand anything, when you're feeling confused in your path, in your life, in general, and you connect with that spirit, the moment you just think so deep that you need answers, you seek answers and you call upon her spirit, she will be there to give you guidance. But this guidance is not always her appearing before you. The guidance comes in a form of signs, in a form of other people, in a form of your memory being recollected, in a form of certain visions, in a form of songs, in a form of videos maybe that you may be exposed to on your social platforms, in a form of other people who are random in your life. So she will respond to you in many, many ways to show that she has heard your concerns and she is connecting with you to bring you the comfort or the answers that you seek. Let us see what else easily attaches to energy. Yes, she's very sensitive and she easily picks up the energy. What does that mean? It means that if you are a person who connects with the iNkosazana spirit, when you are close to people who are panicking, you will start feeling their panic button. It's like when a person goes past certain corridors in a store and they're having something that they're not supposed to have and has a chip, and the chip goes off and it alerts the security. It is the same thing with the iNkosazana spirit. So when that person starts panicking, the iNkosazana spirit starts picking that up. It becomes uncomfortable for them. And when it becomes uncomfortable, they start going further and making inquiries to say, why is this person panicking when my energy is closer to theirs? And they will get to the bottom of it because they are able to track and assess to say, where is this energy of fear coming from? Why is this person panicking? That is how sensitive they are to energy. Hence, you will not find that they visit you regularly. They will come once in a while. If they visit you and they find that you are surrounded with a lot of dense energy, they will go. And you find that once they go, it becomes difficult for them to return. They may return after 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 5, 6 years, depending on their responsibilities of where they are or where they have gone to. That is why when you connect with them, it is always best, like people who connect with them, you'll find that maybe they self-isolate. Some people think they self-isolate. They don't spend so much time within crowded spaces because the sensitivities becomes more intense in crowded spaces. They work with universal ancestors. Therefore, they are able to find common grounds or systems to work with ancestors from various departments or aspects, Amanguni, Amandawe, Abalotsi, and so forth, provided you find a common ground, remembering that some have practices which others do not have. So they need to have at some point a common system that they will be working with. So iNkosazana is also able to help with such decision-making abilities so that you better craft a good path for all the spirit guides and all the different ancestors to come together, restore and cleanse the bloodline and lineage. She usually connects mostly with the people that we call the earth stars, and also those who may have had a pact with that particular, with her spirit from the time, from generations past, through your past lineage holder in your bloodline. I spoke about her being able to exist within the air, within the fire, within the land, and within the water. And so it means that she doesn't only connect with us through the water bodies. And she is one who also then connects with the spirit of royalty, royal clans, which is the spirit of Amakhosi. I hope that I have explained the iNkosazana in a nutshell. And whilst we're on it, here in my Indumba, I do have Isuwasho eseNkosazana. Iswasho eseNkosazana. Now, let me get to this part. People would say, Iswasho eseNkosazana, Gogo, Mkulu, Doctor, where do you get this Iswasho eseNkosazana? How do you get it? Because we have heard that iNkosazana is a very rare spirit and you wouldn't be able to just automatically have their product. This is what happens. The spirit guide herself, iNkosazana, once you connect with her and she is ready to give you a product, she will come to you, visit you, give you certain ingredients that she wants you to put in that particular product. You will then go get those ingredients and then you put them together. Later on, she will come back and assess that which she had tasked you to go and get and mix. Assess it and then tells you, advises you, doesn't tell you, advises you what it is that you could add extra or whether that which you have done is approved. So her product sometimes could take a year of her going and coming back until the product is the way it is required. So it is the same with this one, where she had appeared to me and she told me exactly what I needed to put in here. I did exactly that. She came back the second time and advised me to add other elements so that it becomes Isuwasho to connect with the spirit of iNkosazana. But remember, for you to activate or connect with the spirit of iNkosazana, you have to be having a few of these attributes which I have mentioned earlier on. And to remember that it is for people who really need to restore their lineage, their bloodline, unity, peace, prosperity, for generational peace, generational healing, because she is in a natural essence a mother healer. She is the one who helps us to find our roots, to find ourselves, to find our values, and to craft ourselves or recreate ourselves into the best version that we could ever be. She's the one who will make us remember that we are beautiful on those moments or those days when you are feeling demotivated and not feeling happy. She's the one who will remind you to smile on those days when you're feeling like you all want to frown because of the life circumstances. She's the one who's going to remind you to wake up and rise above all circumstances. She is the one who's going to remind you to be nurtured or to nurture yourself during days where you are fearful and days where you lack courage. I hope that it makes sense. This is Isuwasho. If you're wondering where to get it, you can contact me via WhatsApp. It is 770 including delivery. My number is 068 583 7780. Thokozani.